Hi, my name is Dylan Alexander, and this is the sales assignment part for the sales call. I'm going to be reading the script that I wrote in sales assignment part 3. Unfortunately, my family members, friends, and girlfriend were away during the time when this was due, so I had to cast someone else to play Brian Lang, the president and CEO of Real Matters. So this took an unusual amount of time, so I really do hope you enjoy. Thank you. Hey, Brian, thanks again for taking the time to make this call. I really appreciate you fitting this into your busy schedule.
No problem at all. I always like hearing what new companies are working on.
Hey, that's great to hear. Before we jump in, I need to ask. I remember seeing an interview of you where you mentioned skiing was your thing. Is that still something you like to do?
Oh, yeah. I try to get out there a few times every season. Nothing's better than that first run on a powder day.
Absolutely. I just got up there for the first time last year, and it was difficult keeping up with the locals, but there's just something about skiing when you're just fully focused in on something so fast. It's kind of reminds me of the startup, you know?
Yeah, except the snow is more forgiving than investors.
That's fair. I might use that line. In all seriousness, though, I wanted to connect today because I believe there's a clear opportunity between what Renter's doing and what Real Matters is already doing at a large scale. I'm the founder of Renter, and it started off as a way for landlords and tenants to form a meaningful, transparent relationship in a virtual space. What we discovered while making prototypes is that we can collect data such as usage times, patterns, pricing, and even specific preferences in different areas. This has huge implications for new strategies, especially for companies like yours. And with these features, you can receive fast, specific data in a fraction of the time, reduce costs, and make it a one-stop shop for all your data needs. Have transferable data that makes it easy to compartmentalize for your other clients, seamless integration with your current systems with a plug and play API. Get the data you need when you need it with a streamlined data filtration system.
That's interesting. So, the data licensing stuff is a bit of an afterthought?
Actually, we built our app with the dual purpose of data sharing, and that's what I'd love to talk about. It's a clear opportunity for Real Matters to license our data for predictive insights, which can help streamline your workflow, optimize client operations, and even forecast before any bottlenecks appear. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to understand how you're managing some of this today. How are you currently obtaining data for your property valuations, real estate developers?
We use a few different platforms, some internal, some third party. Honestly, it's a bit all over the place.
And do those systems give you the insights you need when you need them?
It's all quite useful, but the process can be delayed. Thank you.
I see. So, are you currently collecting any predictive data for price changes and valuations in certain areas?
Yes, though it is partly inaccurate. We've been using the same process since we established.
All right, I see. So, have you ever run into any situations where you've received inaccurate data or partly accurate data in less than acceptable time frames?
Oh, yeah, especially during peak periods. Sometimes clients are waiting longer than they should.
Brian, it's completely understandable. Do you find that it's difficult to manage your clients when you're experiencing issues like this?
Yes, we're often reacting rather than planning.
Of course, if those blind spots continue, especially as you scale or take on new operations or clients, do you think that could affect client trust?
That's a concern. We're already seeing stress in some ways.
Definitely. And in this industry, if a competitor were to solve that problem faster, do you think that that could, take away from some of your market advantage?
It's a real risk. Speed and accuracy are everything in this space.
All right, Brian. So what if I told you that we could license anonymous usage data from Renter that not only shows how your resources are being used, but also it helps you forecast, allocate, and even benchmark across different regions? Would that be something worth looking at a little more seriously?
Yes, that sounds very relevant.
Absolutely. So here's what we offer. We can give you access to real-time data usage heat maps to instantly see where your people and assets are most strained. We also offer a custom API access so that your data team can plug insights directly into your existing dashboard. No need to overhaul your systems. I also find this, gives it a touch of personality, which really helps with company branding. So, and finally, We offer constant feedback, so you're not just seeing numbers, you're actually having a better understanding of what's getting done in the field.
Very comprehensive. But just being transparent, we do have our own internal analytics team. I'm not sure how much overlap there would be.
Totally fair. And your team is probably excellent at interpreting the data they have, although Renter gives them a broader view across the industry, which they currently don't have access to. It also complements how they work and expands what they can do.
What about integration? We've had nightmares trying to make external data tools work with our stack.
Yes, I get that. And we've designed Renter's API to be plug and play. We do all the heavy lifting while you get to work directly with your team and make sure everything fits your workflow, no disruptions.
And what's the story on data privacy? That's a must-have.
Yes, every data set we license is fully anonymous, encrypted, and stored in a compliant environment. So this means that we don't share any personally identifiable or client-specific data. Privacy is everything we do.
Okay, but I'd want to see some kind of ROI before going all in.
Of course, and that's why we start with a low-risk short-term demo, right? We don't want to get you into any commitment before you see the value as clear as you can. I mean, would it help if I sent over a sample report from a recent client, something that's similar to your workflow?
Yeah, I'd like that.
And if we offered you a 60-day demo with benchmarks, full 24-hour support, just to get you acquainted, would that be something that you'd be interested in?
It could, yes.
Now, is there anyone in your data or operations analytics teams that would be involved in the technical walkthrough?
Probably our executive vice president and chief technology officer, Ryan Smith. I'll ask him if the numbers make sense.
Perfect. I'll get you a sample insight report and a quick demo proposal this afternoon. We'll get your team on a call next week if that works.
Sounds good. Let's take a look and go from there.
Great. So we've aligned that visibility is a gap. This data could help fill it, and we'll take the next step with a no commitment demo. All right? I'll be in touch shortly. And, really, thanks again, Brian. I really appreciate your time today.